Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am showing you two different eye looks that you can use with the same eyeshadows. So one can be sort of for day, one can be for night, or it's just two different techniques but using the same colors. So if you find that you're doing the same sort of eye routine, this at least will guide you with two different kinds. So the eyeshadow I'm using are all from MG Naturals. I have, as you can see, just quickly put some brow fibre gel in. That's from the Eyes of Horus brow fibre, as I've got some henna in my brows already. Now I'm taking a Nude By Nature eye pencil. So this is two products that MG Naturals don't have, which I hope she does launch out some eyeliners soon, but we'll see. So I am just, as you can see, drawing that on my lash line, and now all I am doing is sort of smudging that into the lashes. This will help define them, especially if you've got any sort of lighter sort of new growth that comes in. And with the first shade we are using is Duchess. So I'm showing you, these are loose powders, so they are best to work in from the lid. So I'll always tip out a little bit and then work from the lid. Now you will see these do have fallout, so normally what I would do is my eyes first. So any sort of loose eyeshadows do have fallout, but the pigments in them are so much better than pressed ones. So I'm just taking a flat brush here, and all I am doing is going over the top of that already smudged eyeliner, and I am doing sort of, light tapping motions, really pressing that into the lid as well as slightly into the crease. And by adding that pencil first, just helps sort of smoke it out. Now, as you saw, with a very light blending brush, I blend out the edging. So that's when using a really dark eyeshadow, blending is your key, and working layer by layer, because if you go too dark, you can't blend. So the next shade I am adding is Taupe. I am adding this just in the crease, connecting where I just put the Duchess shade. I'm using a fluffier brush here, just so it's not as dense and precise. So using windscreen wiper motions, and this is just adding a deeper colour, not as dark as Duchess, giving it dimension and shape. And with a clean brush, of course, blending out any harsh edges. It's kind of standard in any eye look, is you always blend with a clean brush to soften out any edges. Now, where I added that Taupe shade and the Duchess, I blended a bit too much of the Duchess out. So again, I'm just layering, so I'm adding more and more as I go and blending. So now I'm adding Spice. So this is more of a warmer shade, but it's slightly lighter than the Taupe shade. And I am going to be blending that in just over the top to again smoke out and soften any harsh edging, as well as adding another depth of color. Now I should mention all of these are matte except for Champagne, and these are their new eyeshadows that came out a few months ago. So I'm now popping some mascara on. This is MG Naturals, this one as well. I don't really know what you ever call the sort of eye mascara process. It's a press and wiggle, and you can't see my tongue, but pull your tongue out. That always seems to help. And now for the bottom. So I am using a sort of pencil domed brush here for the bottom, and I'm sort of working, this is Duchess, so I'm working the sort of opposite layers, but the same. So then now is the Taupe shade, and I'm just applying that on the very edge. So yeah, stopping halfway with that warmer shade, and the darker shade as well. And I'm not applying Spice, I'm just using those two shades, and this is their beautiful slight shimmery shade Champagne. This is the beautiful highlight color. So I always pop it on, and now with a clean brush, if you find that it's a bit too harsh, you can smoke it out. So now, of course, highlighting, so the brow bone and the Cupid's bow, and I connect that into the middle shades. Bottom mascara, which is always important. Now I'm not using any more eyeliner. I'm just using the eyeliner for the very top lash line, and that is just to help darken it and smoke it out. So that's one eye look done, and next to the second eye look. So that first one's more of a smoky, and this is more of your classic C look. So I am applying a spice now into the the crease, using a bigger fluffy brush because I'm sort of wanting it to go all over. And then this is the clean brush to blend it. And now we are using the taupe shade on the eyelid. So as you can see, it's definitely a darker color. Spiced is more warm, where taupe is is more cooler. But to me, they work beautifully together. So we're going for, again, this eye look you probably could use for evening or day. It's just showing you a couple of different techniques and where to pop the eyeshadow. And my first look was probably my favorite, but this is always really good for day friendly, because I don't really go out too often that I need smoky eyes anymore. But so that taupe shade was just all over the lid, connecting to the crease, and now this is the Duchess. This is the darkest shade, and this is going on the outer corner, the sort of C shape as such. So right on the outer corner, connecting, which is what I call the C, into the crease, and that was where we used spice. And again, where some of the shades blended too much together, you always add more. Starting light and adding more is the key to any eye look, smoky or not. Now with a more denser brush, so we used a bigger fluffier brush to put the initial product on, and now I want it to be a bit more deeper right in that outer corner crease and connecting it. So I want just the outer being the darkest. And of course, with a clean brush, we are blending and wiping off some excess. And with the bigger blending brush, so the bigger the brush, the more the eyeshadow is going to go on the area. The more denser and smaller, the more precise that you'll get. And blending and blending and blending. Popping on some mascara. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of mascara underneath, and the main key with that is you leave it to dry and then you just dust it off. So that working on the bottom lash line there, the first shade I used was the taupe shade. And then in the very outer corner, mimicking exactly where I put the other Duchess shade. And now, of course, highlighting with champagne, blending where it was too harsh. And you can hear an aeroplane. I live in Broome now, and yeah, it's a small sort of town, so the airport's quite close to all of Broome. Sorry for that noise. And of course, yes, we're using the tear duct. I always will highlight the inner tear duct. It just really helps your eye, helps open the eye, regardless of what kind of style look you're doing. And bottom mascara as well. And that's it, guys. That's the 4 eyeshadows with 2 different looks. Thank you so much for watching.